I am just starting out on this path. I'm a first course student. I work with the material daily, but a few days ago a question about protection came up. But I don't know how to do it yet. What can be done at this stage? Is it even necessary? Let's approach this question from two angles. First, the training at the school is structured in such a way that this protection gradually develops within you, from course to course, from step to step. It's like layering, one layer on top of another. First, the etheric body is strengthened, then the astral, and then the mental body. So, it's a multi-level, multi-layered protection that cannot be overcome. But sometimes you need extra protection. For example, if we live in a hostile environment, or work is especially tough, or something else. In such cases, we have certain mechanisms like specific runic rituals, runic formulas, runic staves, or amulets. So there are various options. If you need it, a mentor will advise you. But you had this concern during the first course. It suddenly arose from within. You shouldn't brush it off. This could be the second. There's a reason you thought you need protection. Maybe you don't have it. So, this can be concerning. Obviously, something happened inside you that allowed the environment, which responds to this internal change, to manifest itself in such a way that you perceive this environment as dangerous, aggressive, or perhaps as requiring a certain strengthening of the boundary between yourself and this environment. Why did this happen? Because you became stronger, and your particular environment reacted to this strength in a standard, typical way. In the way it always reacts to any display of strength. For example, to suppress, to intimidate, to throw some kind of threat, or something else that triggered an internal reaction of vulnerability in you. Resentment, or some kind of harm, another kind of harm to yourself, perhaps intellectual, or maybe emotional harm that you experienced. That was the reaction of the environment, their response to strength. Any other environment, for example, of a different level, might respond to strength with interest. Look, we've got a strong one here. Let's have a chat with him. And there are some who react in yet another way. For example, they might start making some particularly interesting offers, or, on the contrary, maybe move even further away. Well, different environments, different surroundings, they have varying levels of informational wealth, and accordingly, they react differently. But your environment, it reacted in this way. This speaks not only about you, that you have developed inner strength, but also about the quality of your environment. I dare to suggest you consider that there is probably something not quite right with it. Perhaps in the near future they will try to provoke you, so that you deflate again and become like everyone else. Therefore, understanding this, you either distance yourself from your environment and continue working, or you bare your teeth even more, because this kind of environment is usually very afraid of those who stand up to them or show appropriate aggression. In other words, you need new mechanisms not only to work on yourself, but also to deal with your environment, because in essence, they are one and the same. We can hardly expect that our environment will remain the same if we change internally. It won't. Either you'll have to change your environment, or it will have to change itself, if, of course, your presence means more to them than their own status in your eyes. It sounds complicated, but I hope you'll understand what I mean.